Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at NASCAR Authentics Wave 10 for 2021. So yeah, they did continue the 2021 wave going. I was kind of curious because it was 2022 now, they were just going to swap to 2022, but I guess maybe they are waiting until they actually have some 2022 cars to put in a wave. I'm not sure how long it's going to take for us to get next-gen Authentics, but this is an okay wave. It's nothing special, but it's got some very good cars in it. We have an exclusive Xfinity car, like, you even have a small team with Front Row Motorsports there. Like, it's not a bad wave at all. It's definitely not one of the strongest waves, but it's a pretty good wave. Like, I can't say it's a bad wave. Why don't we just hop straight into it? Start with that one Xfinity car exclusive. We got Austin Cendrick's Car Shop Ford Mustang, basically his primary Xfinity car this year. Which, in case somebody didn't know, this car is a Penske company. Car Shop is owned by Penske, so this car was basically an unsponsored car. Anytime it ran, like, they even ran Car Shop in IndyCar with Scott McLaughlin. Like, it is a kind of nice paint scheme. Like I said, I wasn't on, this one really grew on me. I wasn't sure at first, but, like, something about the kind of, like, old school, like, Rusty Miller genuine draft paint scheme, but with white and pink, just looked kind of cool. Like, it just looks kind of simple and old school and clean, which can be good sometimes if you have the right colors for it. I definitely did not expect to see this in Authentics. I didn't even expect it to get offered, but I guess the company wanted it because they got it made in 124 scale. I will probably be getting the 124 of this when it comes out, so there'll be a review of it when that comes. But I kind of wish we would have gotten Austin Cendrick's Xfinity Daytona win instead of this car in Authentics, just for that way we could have both cars for Daytona in an Authentics form. I don't think they're making a 160 versus Daytona win, but still a very nice choice and a very good exclusive for the wave. Next up, we have a very kind of odd choice. We have Ryan Newman's Kohler Generators, like, primary paint scheme for last year. Getting Ryan Newman's primary is fine, but, like, why are we getting it now? Like, it's such an odd choice to be getting a 2021 primary of a driver that is no longer at this car, only now. Like, we got his Oscar Mayer waves ago, and that was a way better paint scheme anyways, but, like, it just so seems like such an odd choice to give us this only now. So Newman kind of got chefed in the diecast department this year. He got this in the Oscar Mayer made, and that was it. Like, they didn't even offer his final ride car. They didn't offer his, like, whiteout Castrol car, his other Castrol car, any of his other Oscar Mayer cars. He just got nothing offered, which is very odd. But Newman sells pretty well. A lot of people still like Newman, so it doesn't surprise me they put him in Authentics. Just the timing of this is very odd to me. Next up, we got a Front Row Motorsports car. We got Michael McDowell's Freight Auctions car. I would never expect to see this car in Authentics. Which, if you're going to give us a McDowell, why didn't you give us the Daytona 500 win, Lionel? Like, this is a nice paint scheme, but, like, why would you give us this and not the Daytona 500 win? I mean, hopefully the Daytona 500 win is still coming. This car is a matte finish with, the black, and then it's, like, shinier on the white. I don't know if this car got made in 124 scale or only 164, but interesting paint scheme. This one pretty much sold based on his Daytona 500 win. Brave like Wyatt. Not sure who Wyatt is, but that's cool that it's on the diecast. They put this car up, like, within a week or two of his Daytona 500 win, so people bought it because of that. Speaking of Daytona 500, we have Denny Hamlin's FedEx Where Now Meets Next Daytona 500 paint scheme. This is a pretty nice paint scheme on track. I'm kind of surprised it got made. I like this paint scheme because it made me realize that Denny Hamlin wasn't winning the Daytona 500 this year. Because if you don't know, Denny Hamlin has never won a race in a special FedEx paint scheme. And I mean an actual special one. I know somebody's like, hasn't he won in the office car and the ground car? Like, no. I'm not talking about, like, the 4 primaries. Back when they used to even change colors, that doesn't count. I mean, like, one-off special paint schemes. In his entire career, he has never won in a one-off special paint scheme like this. It's kind of funny when you really think about it. It's kind of like how Logano is, how he can't win in anything but shell and Pennzoil. But this is a kind of nice paint scheme. This kind of, set the stage for what his 2022 paint scheme ends up looking like with the kind of purple to orange fade. Which, I mean, Lionel didn't get the gradient perfect because Lionel never gets gradients perfect, but they did a decent enough job at it. Definitely cool to see this in Authentics. Next up, we have what is still one of my favorite Snickers cars ever. We got Kyle Busch's Snickers Peanut Brownie. I'm really glad this one ended up in Authentics. I love the dark purple with the bright red and white logos. Even the packaging of this car for Authentics has little chunks of, like, Snickers brownies all over it. I'm going to have to get a second one of these to keep sealed just for that alone, because that's really awesome packaging. This So Kyle always sells well, so I'm glad whenever they put any of his candy cars, because they are always really nice looking cars. I already did review the 124 of this if you want a more detailed video. Said I do love this paint scheme. Next up, we have Christopher Bell's DeWalt Toyota. Lionel, I said give us the Stanley. The Stanley's ugly, but we at least could have had Kyle, Truex, and then Bell's all Stanley cars together. Why'd you give us the DeWalt car? Why are we getting so many Bell cars anyways? Why are we getting so many of these, like, Stanley tools, DeWalt tools, Craftsman, all of these? Like, why are they giving so many of these in Authentics? Is the sponsor, like, actually asking for these to be in Authentics? Which, I mean, like I said, this is a way better paint scheme than the Stanley. I don't like the Stanley paint scheme. I thought it'd just be fun to have all three of them. Like, this is a far superior paint scheme. This car looks great. You got the kind of matte finish, the yellow with, like, the... There's, like, a pattern. It's not, like, just completely black. It's, like, a kind of grayish color with, like, some, like, black specks in it. I was looking at the 124 of this at my dealer before. Because it is, like, it's actually a pretty detailed paint scheme when you look at it. It isn't just plain black like you might think it is. Next up, we have another Kyle Larson. We've got Kyle Larson's Freightliner Tools. I don't know why I said tools. Freightliner Trucks. This was his Bristol dirt car. I reviewed the 124 of this one, too, if you want a more detailed video on that. I said I'm not a fan of them taking the Ricky Hendrick paint scheme and turning it into Penske Scallops. Well, Penske Scallops are dead now, too, but it's definitely not the best paint scheme to turn to, like, just use with every color and every sponsor. I'm kind of glad they stopped that. This is definitely way better than the Nation's Guard one, though. This one's got at least nice colors, too, with the black, the white, and the gray. Which he is keeping the Ricky Hendrick paint scheme with the next-gen car, so. Though, as far as I'm aware, they kind of kicked out all of their sponsors for some reason. It's basically Hendrick cars for all but, like, 2 races that are Valvoline, so I don't think he's going to have Freightliner or any of these other sponsors. But they're definitely going to probably put as many Kyle Larson cars as they can in Authentics. Next up, we have one of the ugliest throwbacks they've ever given us. Alex Bowman's Ally throwback, which was a throwback to his crew chief's, like, old late model car. Kind of interesting idea, but, like, why are we doing this? Like, this has got to be one of the ugliest looking cars I've ever seen in my life. Dark teal with bright neon pink, and then it has cheat trim for some reason. Like, what? It is unique, I will give it that. It's got some unique colors. Like, this car was very easy to spot on track. But, like, why in the world are we doing a throwback to the crew chief's old car? And then it has the A-post bullshit, which I highly doubt his car actually had on the back in the day. Like, this is definitely one of the ugliest cars. I mean, it's just a plain solid color car, too. Like, of all the throwbacks you can do, this is what we choose. Like, giving your crew chief some love is nice. I get that. But, like, why? And why did he make his car this ugly back in the day? I'm sure some people think this is, like, their favorite paint scheme of all time. But, like, I do not like this car. The colors aren't even coming across correctly on camera. Like, it's more tealy. It's coming across more blue on camera. And next up, we've got Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Walmart, Fight Hunger, all of his brands iRacing car. Got to continue the iRacing diecast thing going. We only got, I think, 2 this year. We got this, and I think they made William Byron's iRacing, like, race win for some reason. It's not a bad paint scheme. You know, you got some food. You got some, like, different food brands. You got, like, the Fade, the Gradients. You got a fork. You got Walmart, the Walmart logo right there. That's probably why it's in Authentics, because Walmart wants it to be in Authentics. But though it's a Dale Jr. car, so anytime they can squeeze a Dale Jr. car into Authentics, they are going to squeeze a Dale Jr. car into Authentics. At least it's made it so there's not a Chase Elliott in this wave. You always got to have a Dale Jr. or Chase Elliott in every single wave. It seems to be the law for whatever reason. But like I said, not a bad wave, but not anything special as far as the waves go. I mean, if I wasn't getting the entire waves, I probably would have only picked up like half this wave. Except the car shop's nice. Getting the peanut brownie's really nice. You got that pretty good Denny Hamlin special paint scheme. It's nice to get a McDowell. Anytime you get small team cars in Authentics, it's always nice. But, not a bad wave. Like I said, I'm curious how far they go into 2021 waves. I'm curious at what point do they switch over. Is it just going to be until we get like a next gen in Authentics? Is that going to be finally the cutoff? Like I said, there's so many better paint schemes they still haven't given us in Authentics than we get, like, you know, Ryan Newman's primary from Daytona 500. But, like, there's still plenty of 2021 cars they're so behind on 2021 cars that I'm sure we're still going to be getting 2021 cars, like, even when we start getting next gens, I would assume. Because there's just so many special paint schemes and different stuff that they ran later in the year that I'm sure are going to be in Authentics. So it's probably going to be, like, on the pegs, you're going to have next-gen cars and Gen 6 cars together, which is kind of cool in some ways. It'd be nice for a variety purpose, but... So we still don't really know how long it's going to take before we start getting next-gen diecast in general, just like the box 164s and 124s and everything. Some things have said, like, maybe by, like, May we'll start to get a couple of them, but I don't even know. It could be till August for all we know. Because the Gen 6 cars, we had the ones that are rushed out early on, and then they actually waited and, like, made the Elites not come out till August to try to make them better. Which, yeah, please do not rush the next-gen diecast. We do not need another copy of what happened in 2013. If anyone remembers that, it's more for the 124s, but, like, they rushed them out so much. They had quality control issues terribly. Like, especially, like, I remember Jimmy Johnson's yellow Lowe's car. That one had, like, the stripes were all kinds of not lined up. People were getting, like, hood logos that were completely mirrored and reversed and stuff, and, like, sideways, and they had that really weird, terrible hood design, and it was just like, please don't rush them again. Like, take your time on them if you want to make them actually good. Please. We do not need another continuation of 2013 again. At this point, I just hope we don't get a 2013 Daytona 500 again, because it's not sounding great right now that people are really low on cars, don't have backup cars and everything, so that sounds like people are going to be, you know, taking it real easy, and that's going to lead to another train race that sucks. Which, I mean, we get that sometimes anyways, because, you know, the 2021 Daytona 500 was terrible. That was one of the worst Daytona 500s, but that's a story for another day. Back to Authentics. So this is the brand new Wave. You can get it right now. It should be showing up to stores if your stores actually get them. Or, you know, if you're in North Carolina, Lionel store gets every Wave, so you can get them there. But my stores have been decently up here in New York. Like, it goes back and forth. Sometimes my stores stock really well, and other times it'll go 2 months without a single diecast on the pegs. So, I don't know. But happy hunting if you're looking for this Wave. Remember, for all of your other diecast needs, you can go to circlebdiecast.com. If you use the code BWhack, you can get free ship on any order over $20. Go check that out if you want anything. But I think that's all there is to say. This has been a review of the NASCAR Authentics Wave 10 for 2021. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.